Who doesn't love getting a great makeup set for Christmas? I mean, I just think that is the ultimate gift. I love makeup, you guys know that, but now is the time of year when you can come up with some really great sets that give you all kinds of things to try in just one purchase. So I'm going to tell you about some of the makeup sets that I've been playing with recently that have come out for the holidays, and in case you haven't already seen it, I do have one out specifically for lip product kits, so glosses, lipsticks. A lot of those are a little bit less expensive than the ones I'm talking about today, which contain eyeshadows. Some of them are face products. Some of them do contain some lip products as well. So just these multi-kits that give you just every makeup galore. I love it so much. I mentioned this in my last video, but I just went ahead and got some of these kits so I could review them and tell you about them before the holidays roll around. That way you know what you might want to put on your wish list or what you want to get somebody else. A lot of times I get so many questions and it's like, I don't know, I don't have it yet. I can't tell you anything about it. So I just wanted to be able to answer questions and just make a really informative video for you. I have 6 different kits or palettes that I'm going to be talking about today. I didn't just handpick favorites for this video because I think I want to pass along whatever information I have on anything I have. So you'll get the good and the bad sides to this stuff. The first kit I want to talk about is one of these Sephora favorites kits. I looked through all of the different ones Sephora offered, and this was the one that appealed to me the most. Maybe because it already contains some things that I know and love, but it is the In the Glow kit, and it contains blush, bronzer, and luminizer samples. So it just pops open and there's your samples. I feel like they're pretty good size, really. For $45, I think you get really a lot to work with here. It's basically like 3 highlights, 3 bronzer type products, and 3 blushes, all different forms. You get Lorac Perfectly Lit Powder in Spotlight, Emily Award winner, talked about this before. Love this highlight for the fact that it gives the skin a glow, but is not overly shimmery. You get Benefit High Beam, and it's not even one of the teeny tiny samples. I mean, it's still, that's quite a bit there because it doesn't take much when you use High Beam. So that's like a liquid highlight product. And then you get, from Bare Minerals, you get something called Pure Radiance. The nude color, not super duper light, like you could dust this all over your face for like a little bit of all over glow, but as you can tell, it's kind of got a peachy beige sort of tone to it. It's not totally like a white shimmer. From Laura Mercier, you get the Shimmer Block in Golden Mosaic, and so what that is 4 different shades. You could also use each of these individually as eyeshadows. I mean, this is a pretty good size little compact. You could brush your blush or bronzer brush through, you know, maybe some of the deeper shades to get more of a bronzer effect, or you could just use this lighter shade for more of like a highlight. But I think that's really cool. It's got a mirror and everything. I feel like that's such a great deal to be getting that in there. Then I have never tried NARS Laguna Bronzer. I was really eager to test it out, so it comes in this kit. Adorable little mini Laguna Bronzer. I mean, this is so cute. Like, if my cat Cupcake could possess a NARS compact, like this would be like her size. It's so cute. It's still a decent amount of product. You can see this bronzer is not totally matte. It has kind of a satiny, almost golden glow to it, but it's still rather deep. It is the kind of thing I think you could contour with. Another one of my all-time favorites, Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer is in here. This is a totally matte bronzer, great for contouring, great for just an all-over sort of perk up for the skin if you want to use it lightly. I love that that's included. Tarte has thrown in one of the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes. I was so excited about this. It's in the shade called Splendor, and the shade I think is gorgeous. I just wish it didn't contain as much glitter. So that's kind of the downside to that one. I was really hoping it would be a nice wearable color, but there's just so much glitter in this one. I don't just like brushing glitter onto my cheeks, but still a really pretty color. Tarte also has one of their cheek stains in the shade called Flush. This is a pretty sort of berry pink gel type cheek stain stick, so you can just like pop it on your cheeks, blend it in a little bit, and get just a really nice natural glow there. From Stila, there is a convertible color in the shade Peony. This doesn't have shimmer. It's just a really nice natural, like creamy, pinky mauve type color. You could use that on cheeks or lips or eyes or whatever you wanted, but that's a really versatile product there. So overall, I am really impressed with this kit. If you've been longing looking to try some different high-end products for the face, I think this gives you a great opportunity. Like I said, many of these are tried and true products that I love, and then I also found some new ones. Next one I want to talk about is a palette. I think I mentioned it in a favorites video, but it's a new palette from the Balm, and it's called Balm Jovi. It is so awesome. This is such a compact palette. Like, by the time I get done telling you everything that's in it, it's like, can you believe it's that skinny? But it's the Rockstar Face Palette, so it does have eyeshadows, a highlight, a blush, and some lip/cheek products in here. So everything is a play on kind of a rock and roll theme. Like, you open it up, it's got that adorable little mirror there, and then you've got all these eyeshadows. I feel the same way about the quality of these shadows as I do the other, the Balm kits, like the Nude Tude palette, the Shady Lady palettes. I think they're all great, and these really definitely follow suit with being great eyeshadows. Down the side, you've got heavy metal shadows, so you can see all the names are fun, like Alice Copper. Everything down the middle is matte. 100% matte, easy to work with, great matte colors. And then everything down this side is kind of some different shades, like a really pretty mauve, a gorgeous, unbeatable navy blue, a purpley shade, a kind of shimmery pink. So this is so awesome. It's kind of like Nude Tude, but with some great deep, rich shades thrown in. This Disco highlight, that's just like Mary Luminizer. The Pop Pop blush is just like Frat Boy blush, so a couple of classic face products are thrown into this. And then, separate flap for the cream products, nice consideration there. You have Millie and Vanilli lip/cheek cream products there. Then, just like a billboard chart at the bottom, you get to see all different ideas on how to put looks together with all the different shades. So I think this is such a great little palette. I feel like the Balm is just, the quality of these shadows are right up there with your Urban Decay, MAC, any other high-end brand that I've tried. I like the Balm shadows just as well. I feel like instead of bulking this up with a bunch of excess packaging, they put just smart, funny, cool stuff onto this palette. I think this is a great little gift. Too Faced has a big kit this year, and it is called Sweet Indulgences, and it's in a metal tin, so that's definitely something different. It seems like an old school, like candy tin or something like that, but you pop it open and it's a double-decker situation. Right on top, you're talking about your eyeshadows, you lift a little ribbon up, and there's your face products as well. Just starting with what's on the bottom here, you are getting a couple of different shades of bronzer. One is sort of like a deeper matte color. The other is a little bit more satiny finish, a little bit of shimmer, and a lighter color. Two blush shades, one pink, one peach, which I think is nice, and then the Candlelight Glow highlight. A full-size shadow insurance, which is a great deal, and then also several little cards that you can look at and get ideas for what kind of looks you want to do. The little brush thing here is one side sponge tip and one side is like a small eyeshadow brush. The eyeshadow selection here is pretty extensive. You're getting 16 shades. Granted, some of these shades are going to be ones you've seen before if you collect a lot of Too Faced products. In the Buff, Peach Fuzz, Teddy Bear, Lovey Dovey, those are a few of the shades that I recognize from some other palettes. But as a whole, you get a good variety of colors and you get a good variety of finishes as well. Some of the shades blatantly have sparkle in them. Some of the shades, Teddy Bear is a completely matte shade with a texture. I mean, I wish they would put out something with more shades of this matte texture because that is so non-flaky and so creamy but still matte. I like kind of the green yellowish thing going on down in this sort of area here. Nice Stems is a beautiful green. And then I feel like Pastille really sets it off, this really pretty emerald. These two shades down here, really deep shades, Cherry Cola and Black Sugar. It's like they're matte shades with some sparkle embedded in them. It's not like they come off with a metallic finish, but they're really deep, rich colors with just the sparkle, not all in all a pearl finish or anything like that. I love the pink paired with the Cherry Cola. Pink and maroon I think is so pretty together. But just a nice selection of colors, neutrals, and finishes, so I really like that. I think they've come up with a creative way to package it, although it is a little bulky. Like if you were going to travel with this tin container, I mean, it just seems like you'd really have to create some space in your tote bag or your travel bag or whatever to take this along with you, but I do think it's a very high quality product inside. Now for the kit that just screams class, high-end, luxurious product. It's from Lorac and it's the Eye Candy kit here. Look at this all the way around. It looks like there could be something really expensive in there. Maybe it's chocolates, maybe it's some perfectly wrapped high-end product that was bought at the mall, but this is really cool because as you undo this, which is a little magnet there with that ribbon, it looks like a box of chocolates! I love it! If I were a makeup product creator, like this is the kind of idea I would want to come up with. It's something that looks like a bunch of freaking candy bars inside here. I love this! I love, like, the packaging makes me giddy. I think this is so smart, and I also love, in a practical sense, the fact that if you want one eyeshadow palette, two eyeshadow palettes, pop them in your purse, they look like candy bars, and they don't take up any more space than a candy bar. Sort of the showcased bar, if you will, that is right there at the front of the palette is Mesmerizing Dark Chocolate Cream Eyeliner Palette. In here, this is your 4 cream eyeliners. You're getting a navy, a plum, a brown, and a black. These are not exactly built for service type eyeliners that are completely smudge free. You can wear them throughout the course of a day and they can look fine at the end of the day, but if you were rubbing your eyes, there are some eyeliners that won't go anywhere. There are some that will smudge. These can smudge. They can lose a little bit of intensity, so this is not really my highlight of the kit, but it is there for you, and I had never tried any Lorac cream liners before, so I'm not sure how fast these might dry out on you. So I can't really tell you that, but color-wise, they go on with a good amount of color. So next, we've got 4 different eyeshadow quads. One is the Ooh La La Vanilla, and this is going to be your neutrals without a lot of bronze thrown in, kind of like a cool palette that has a little bit of a pinky color, a beige, a brown, which is as close to matte as we're getting in this whole kit. I think it pretty much is matte, maybe just a little sheen to it, but hardly any. And then you've got sort of a rich chocolatey brown there. My little criticism here is that the next one, look how similar this one is to the one I just told you about. Like, the shades are really like along the same lines. This was called Ooh La La Vanilla, and this one's called Tantalizing Cocoa. As I look at them, the darkest shade in the cocoa one is darker. The shade that was matte here is shimmery here, but other than that, they're pretty similar. I like it. I like to use it. It looks beautiful on. The swatches are very rich and luxurious, but there's not a ton of variety between these two. The caramel one is getting into more of a coppery look here. You've got kind of a reddish rust type color, a medium brown, a golden shade, and a light color. I'm talking all shimmer here, and it's going to be all shimmer from here on out. I don't feel like it's overly shimmery because I feel like the darkest shades can give you a really great looking contrast in the crease, and they do a good job in each of these palettes of really taking you from extreme light to extreme dark, so you don't feel like you necessarily need anything else. This palette is gorgeous. The Blackberry Truffle Seduction. Here they've worked in a plum shade, a really light color, and sort of 2 tones of charcoal. One more a little bit silvery, and one just deep dark grayish, almost on the border of black. So those are the eyeshadows. There are 4 eyeshadow palettes. You've got the cream eyeliners, and then the last thing in here is Indulge in Berry Kisses, and this is the cheek and lip tint. They do have the texture that you can imagine from a typical like cream blush. They're creamy, but they're not glossy. The swatches I show are obviously full color, not sheared out. I just wanted you to see what the colors look like. They're all creamy, except the peach one does have a little bit of shimmer. All in all, I love the concept here, and I love the products as I've been using them. I can find a few flaws in this, in the fact that the eyeliners aren't hardcore long wearing liners, and a couple of the palettes kind of have some similar shades. Other than that, I still really enjoy the concept of this, the creativity behind it. If you are looking for A, more matte colors, or B, really colorful shades, this may not be something you want just because it doesn't have those kinds of things in it. Next up, I've got 2 kits from Tarte. One is readily available at Sephora stores. The other is going to be a QVC Today special value starting on the 28th of November, I believe. I just want to sort of compare these kits for you so you might know which one you want or if you even want them at all. The first one is the Carried Away with Tarte kit, I think it's called. And this is kind of like a makeup bag, like a roll-up makeup bag. And you got different compartments and a lot of products in here. So here's the way it looks all folded out. You can see my camera in there. You got a nice big mirror you can use. So this is extremely travel friendly. I feel like a lot of times the fault that I have with different makeup palettes is portability and the ability to, if you just want one thing out of that palette, the thought that you can lift it out and take it with you. So what's nice about this is if you want one lip gloss or just, you know, the mascara, maybe take that brush, or the eyeshadow comes right out of there. It's all very portable. This is a nice, flat, easy to take with you eyeshadow palette. You're getting 6 full-sized eyeshadow quads, variety of colors, variety of textures. Yes, you are getting matte here. You're getting some that have a little bit of sparkle. You're getting some that are just pearly, a few that look iridescent. I mean, variety is the name of the game here. You've got, you know, kind of a classic looking palette up here, one working in some really pretty, this is a very vibrant purpley blue color, great coppers and maroon. I love this. This is one of my favorite parts of it. Great plums, blues, and greens. And within each section, there is variety. In most of these, there is at least one matte shade, and there's at least one sort of metallic finish shade. I feel like the quality of these shades are better than some of the other Tarte gift palette things that have come out in, say, the past couple of years. I don't know if they've changed it, maybe made these the Amazonian clay versions of their shadows or whatever, but I feel like overall pigmentation is pretty darn good with these. In this kit you also get 8 lip glosses. I'm actually wearing one of them. I'm wearing this pinky one. These are the Maracuja lip glosses. They have kind of a minty scent, real pretty good staying power on the lips, yet they're very glossy. Maybe just a little bit sticky, but not uncomfortably sticky. Like, that's a problem for me if I feel like my lips are just sticking together every time they touch. I talk a lot, clearly. It's a doe foot applicator on all of these. There's 4 that are just creamy colors, and then 3 that have a little bit of sparkle. Some are a little bit sheer for my liking, but as a whole, I really love them. I already knew I liked this kind of gloss that they put out. I had a big giveaway, if you recall, with these. They kind of, in the regular sides, come out in like a pin form. You click them at the bottom and the product comes out. So I'm glad they included these, and those are just in this pocket here. Obviously you could rework this whole kit and put in other products you liked, but that's just the way they come in the palette. Over on the other side you're getting a full-size, really soft blush brush. I mean, high marks on that. And then on the other side you've got 3 products here that I'll tell you about real quick. Lights, Camera, Lashes mascara. Love it. You're gonna love it too, I think. You got the Blush and Adventurous. I love this shade. It's almost like you want to contour your cheek with it just a little bit. It's just a little deep, really, really pretty kind of rosy color. I love that. And then something I'd never tried before from Tarte, it's the Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. It seems to operate a lot for me like the Makeup Forever HD or the e.l.f. HD powder. I haven't used this a whole lot, but you are getting a small size of that. And there's a lot of gold this season. I think the print on here with the gold and the purple is just so pretty. This is actually one I am considering getting someone in my family, so really, really like this. Now I want to tell you about the today's special value that's going to be coming up on QVC. Tarte sent me this ahead of time to try, so I'm going to tell you what I think about it. What's neat about this is something I haven't really seen done in makeup a whole lot, but it's like the boxes are magnetized on there. So like you take one off, like it's an absolute magnet. So that's kind of a neat presentation, although I probably wouldn't keep my products in these boxes. Like, I mean, there's your eyeliners, but I would probably just take them and put them in my little eyeliner bin, you know? But these are the Cashmere Waterproof Gliding Eyeliners. You're getting a black, a brown, kind of a bronzy shade, and a plum. They go on great, and the staying power is pretty hardcore. Like, you can rub your hands on it, and it does not move. So there's 4 full-size, good quality, shades you're gonna wear eyeliners, so I think that's cool. And you do have a mirror in that little box here. By the way, this will lift out, this cardboard part here, and you could store other stuff in there. The other side, the other small side of this, is 4 lip glosses. These are the Maracuja lip glosses. Same formula as those minis, but here you're getting 4 full size. Darling is kind of like a peachy pink shade. Genuine is like a deep nude. Giddy is a nice peach, and then Brazen is a really juicy pink kind of watermelon type color. So those all click up from the bottom and give you that really high shine glossy look, just like those little ones in the other. But here you're getting 4, there you were getting 8, but they were smaller. This stuff is so shiny. I'm sorry if I'm blinding you, but this is the eyeshadow palette, and that just pulls apart. And it leaves you with 5, 10, 15, 20 eyeshadows here. In the other one, you're getting 6 quads, which would be 24. Look at me doing math. So you're getting a little more in the other palette. And in this, you can see it's a lot of neutrals here. It's a lot of neutrals, basically with some pops of purple. That's what's sort of notable about the way this palette is. You are getting matte and shimmer in here. Overall, I feel like there's more color variety in the other palette, and I just kind of like the colors better. Not that I wouldn't use this. I mean, I feel like there are some really good neutrals. I'm liking what's going on down here with a really bold purple and kind of a dark, like dark teal black shade, which is interesting. But a lot of what's going on up here is a little bit bland. This big kind of cardboard box, it's almost a little bit bulky just to take with you. Like, that's big. The other one put more shadows in, but it was super duper streamlined. Just for my preference of the products in the other one and the way you can take stuff out, and it's just really travel friendly, I would say I prefer the Carried Away set over the Today's Special Value set. So as a whole, guys, this is a lot of great stuff here. So I think what you need to think is, what do I want or need, or what do I think my gift recipients want or need? If it's face products you're into and you want some, you know, try some new blushes, bronzers, and whatever, the In the Glow kit is awesome. If you are looking to try something from the Balm, because you know I've raved and raved about this, I would really suggest checking out Balm Jovi, because it's a wide range of eyeshadows you're getting. If you were on Haute Look recently, that was down to like 19 bucks, so you got to keep an eye out for that. I feel like both the Too Faced and the Lorac here are very luxe seeming. Got greens, blues, pinks, plums, neutrals too. I mean, everything's there. Plus those face products. It's not my favorite for portability, but it is great for quality of shadows and variety of shadows. This Lorac palette, I mean, we're talking the same kinds of quality that was in the shimmery shades of the Lorac Pro. There's not a lot of matte in here, so that's something to keep in mind. And there's just not a lot of bright, bold colors, but this is neutral. This is very classic. From the liner shades they chose to the lip and cheek kind of creamy products there, it's all going to create a very neutral, classic look, from smoky to sort of light nude eyes. And then you got a couple of kits from Tarte that are basically trying to give you everything, and I think that the Carried Away kit does it best. It gives you not only the great bag, full eyeshadow palette, a bunch of lip colors, several other great products from the line like Lights Camera Lashes and an Amazonian clay blush. So this is kind of the ultimate. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I feel like I talked forever, but I hope it helped you, and let me know what you think of any of these palettes or anything else that's new, and I will have more gift videos coming, something for even more price ranges, from the high end to the drugstore type. So keep a lookout for that. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.